Blackstone Audio and Skyboat Media present Shakespeare, Our Contemporary by Jan Kott. This book is read by Stefan Rudnicki. Part 1. Tragedies. The Kings. Why do you tremble? Are you all afraid? Alas, I blame you not, for you are mortal. Richard III, Act 1, Scene 2. 1. A careful reading of the list of characters in Richard III is enough to show what sort of historical material Shakespeare used in order to illustrate facts relating to his own period and to fill the stage with his real contemporaries. Here, in one of his earliest plays, or rather in its historical raw material, one can already see the outline of all the later great tragedies, of Hamlet, Macbeth, and King Lear. If one wishes to interpret Shakespeare's world as the real world, one should start the reading of the plays with the histories, and in particular with Richard II and Richard III. Let us begin with the list of dramatis personae. King Edward IV deposed the last Lancastrian king, Henry VI, and imprisoned him in the Tower, where he was murdered by Edward's brothers, Gloucester and Clarence. A few months earlier, at Tewkesbury, the only son of Henry VI had been stabbed to death by Richard. Edward, Prince of Wales, son to Edward IV, after King Edward V, murdered in the Tower on Richard's order at the age of 12. Richard, Duke of York, Edward IV's other son, murdered in the Tower on Richard's order at the age of 10. George, Duke of Clarence, brother to Edward IV, murdered in the same gloomy Tower on Richard's order. A son of Clarence, imprisoned by Richard immediately after his coronation. A daughter of Clarence, forced when still a child to marry a commoner so that she could not become the mother of kings. The Duchess of York, mother of 2 kings, grandmother of a king and a queen, her husband and youngest son killed or murdered in the Wars of the Roses. Another of her sons stabbed to death in the Tower by hired assassins, her 3rd son, Richard, responsible for the murder of both her grandsons. Of all her offspring, only 1 son and 1 granddaughter died a natural death. Margaret, Henry VI's widow, her husband murdered in the Tower, her son killed in battle. Lady Anne, the wife of Richard III, who had killed her father at the Battle of Barnet, and her first husband at Tewkesbury, and had even...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?